Hi, guys. Welcome to Real Talk with Real Food Recovery. This is our weekly wisdom segment with our Real Food Recovery leaders. This week, we are going to be covering the topic of beating the winter blues without food. We know that when the winter season can kind of drag on a little bit and things seem dark and dreary, and people want to turn to comfort food for comfort, but we have to stop and ask ourselves, even regardless of the season, what can we do to keep ourselves safe, even when the cold seems to linger on? For me, I have one answer to that. I stick to routine as close as possible and know that the season will be coming soon, and I want to be able to enter the spring without regret. What about you, Jamie?
Yeah, I love this topic, and I'm glad we're talking about it because I know when I was faced with the prospect of being up north and lived up north many years during this time of year, the post-holiday drop, right, from January through the end of March or middle of April was I dreaded it every year until I realized that just like Friday night sets me up for success Monday through the next Friday. Just like I start my week of my success in a week, I start that the weekend before. I realized that my successful spring and summer starts the winter before. So now
Mm.
I'm able to say, okay, January through mid-April is a time for me to be really dialed in, to be really mindful of my recovery, my food prep, my food choices. And it's a great time. It's a great quiet, introspective, and sort of hibernating time for me to do try some new recipes, focus on some new health habits, do some new self-care, have some new inside things that I love to do that usually are around trying new recipes, trying new food, a new food combination of something to give myself maybe something novel that I put into my food plan or my food rotation that I really enjoy. So it's an opportunity, not a punishment. How about you, Heather?
Wow, great tips. I was thinking of, I used to have seasonal affective disorder really bad,
Mhm.
and I thought it had everything to do with the sun. We moved to Florida, we're there for a year. I still had it. So it really had a lot to do with my food choices. And as you mentioned, Paige, sticking to a routine. And as you mentioned, Jamie, the planning and preparing. And I didn't do any of that. So now I do the same. I make sure I stick to a routine, movement, planning, preparing, but it's all perspective. So now I see it as an opportunity to do some introspective work around healing and emotions. So when these emotions come up very intensely and strongly, I view it as an opportunity to understand, get in there with myself, show some compassion toward it. But then also, I was thinking about it gives me a chance to practice self regulation,
Mm.
emotional self regulation. And that is like a muscle. I mean, just like going to the gym and working it out and getting stronger, I can get stronger during the winter time in these areas. So now
Yes.
I just see it as a chance and opportunity to be able to do that instead of, oh, the sun and it's so cold, whatever. And now I'm planning a snowboarding, skiing trip.
Yeah.
So I'm just, you know, turning triggers into glimmers, basically. How
Beautiful.
about you,
Love it.
Shay?
Yeah, I love that. Triggers into glimmers. So much great advice from everyone. I'm a big fan of start as you mean to go on. And again, who are we in all those different seasons, the winter, the summer, the spring, the autumn? Those, we're seasonal. There's seasons for a reason. There's rhythms for a reason. Our body's created with rhythms. And I think something that's a fun approach, if you think about winter, is let's create a seasonal non-edible menu. Let's think about those things that are more kind of hunkered down and, more introspective. Let's create non-edible seasonal menus that we can kind of pick and choose as we're aligning with who we are in the rhythm of who we are in the season that we're in. So just my thoughts.
Beautiful. I love that. I love the opportunities that come with colder weather, whether it's a new sport opportunity outside or a new squash that is a favorite in the winter time, but opportunities, 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 opportunities. If you want to know more about us, you can find us at realfoodrecovery4u.com. That's the number 4 and the letter U. But most of all, thanks for being with us today. See you next time, guys. Bye-bye.